welcome to this episode of Video Drone by DIY3DTech.com. So we're out here on Lake Huron. It's been a while since we've flown. Excuse me, getting all choked up. So first winter flight of the Mavic 2 here. So I'm out on Lake Huron. It's late December, and I'm going to go ahead and take this up. Got everything calibrated. I've checked hover, everything's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do takeoff, and we're going to put it in the air. We're going to let it set in a little bit, just to let it set in. I haven't flown this in literally months, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start video recording. I believe I have video recording going. It's sensing me behind it, so it's complaining. So I've got just kind of setting it in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just take it up a little bit more. I'm going to pan it to look down lake a little bit. It's kind of a gloomy day out here, so I'm going to just kind of take this out a little bit and just kind of walk it down the beach a bit, taking it out. Nothing real big. So a little bit chilly. It's about 26 degrees out here, and again, this is actually my second flight of this bird. So and again, like I say, I haven't flown any drones here in a couple months. It's been a rather hectic time for me personally. Thankfully, no health challenges or anything like that. Just a combination of work and personal events. Sold my house, was going to buy another house. That fell through the day before the closing. So just all kinds of crazy stuff. So ended up homeless for a little while. Had to get all that sorted out. But now somewhat back on the right track. I'm getting things back in order. Work's been pretty busy. So just a lot of things going on. So it's really good to just kind of be back here, you know, flying on the beaches again. I really missed a lot of good time flying out there, so hopefully we'll make up for a little bit of it this winter. I like flying in the winter, you know, because as you can see here, the beaches are empty. You know, don't have to deal with the crowds and that kind of stuff. Just taking things out. I wish it was a little bit sunnier. Yesterday up, you know, here in Michigan, it was actually in the 50s, almost 60 degrees. And the weather wasn't really bad. Unfortunately, I had some other personal obligations that kept me from flying, but you know, so I did have some time this afternoon to get out, and but as you can see, pretty overcast and dreary. So we're getting down there a ways, still well within sight. The Mavic 2 is a little bit bigger bird. Yeah, because I had really hoped before I had all these other personal challenges come up to get into this bird a little bit more. But just didn't work out that way. Just kind of angling it back around. So it's going out. I'm just kind of spinning it around, giving it a little bit of yaw, because actually what will happen is it will just kind of work its way back around. Because I'm just going to kind of yaw it back around. Just bring it back up this way. So let's see, let's walk it back up the beach a little bit. And just kind of cruising, nothing real big today. We're getting a little bit of lake effect coming in from the moisture, because it was so warm yesterday. As you can see, there's no ice on the lake. Which is a little bit surprising this time of year. We should have a little bit of ice building up. I was hoping to get up to the harbors, fly some of the harbors. Matter of fact, last year, if you look back, I went up to Lexington Harbor and flew up there and got some really good ice shots. But no ice this year yet. It's been too warm. We had at the beginning of December, we had a really actually unseasonably cold, but then it just kind of warmed up and it's stayed a little bit warmer. So I'm not going to complain from that aspect, but it's definitely cutting down some of the kind of more unique imagery that we would see out of this, in a typical winter. And so we're just kind of bringing it up. And just kind of walking it up the water. So, kind of really miss flying. You know, not only is this, it's, you know, kind of a lot of fun just to get out here on the water and just kind of enjoy being outside and everything, even though it's a little bit chilly. But, you know, these little kind of talks and just kind of flying and kind of, you know, really just focusing on this rather than, you know, all of life's other pressures. Because trust me, of lately, there's been a lot of life's pressures. So it's going to be interesting. So, you know, those that are kind of following along, I'm trying to buy a piece of property actually to build a house now. So we ended up buying another house, and not really quite what we want. And the market up here is kind of odd. So the nice piece, and the reason I bring that up, is it's going to have a few acres with it. So my hope is I'll actually be able to go out in my backyard and fly drones, because it's in a more of a little bit rural area. Farm fields around it and a few acres, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Unfortunately, it's not on the water. We really tried to get something that was on the water or near the water. That just didn't work out. That's part of the deal that fell through. So anyways, that should be fun, because as I build different stuff or want to test different things, I won't have to drive, because right now and in the past I've just, you know, lived in a subdivision, and you know, kind of going out there flying drones just really wasn't conducive. So I'm just going to kind of take this guy out and circle him back around. Love the battery life. The battery life on the Mavic series as a whole, and especially the 2, is just phenomenal. So I'm just kind of circling it back around, taking it out over the water, panning the horizon on the way back over. This is right straight out in front of me. Yeah, we're just gonna we'll take it down. We'll fly it down this way over the water, kind of like where we were, but we're quite a ways out over the water now. We got quite a bit of battery, just kind of checking everything around me, making sure everything's still safe and skies are good. So how have you been, Stan? Thanks for checking on me. I appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully you've been getting some flying in. I know I really haven't had time to really catch up on any YouTube type stuff for quite some time. Just, again, as I was mentioning, too many obligations going on. So, again, hope all's good with you. Heard a little bit from you, Norbert, so if you're sitting on the couch watching, hope everything is good. So, a little bit back in action here. Maybe I'll give you a little bit of a yaw party in a bit. So, again, just good to be out here flying. Unfortunately, I forgot most of the features inside this bad boy. So again, probably nothing too fancy. I just actually want to just get my feet wet, just normal flying, before I start doing anything too fancy. Especially with this new one, I really haven't done. You know, again, this is only flight number 2, and actually the first real winter flight. So I'm getting down there a little bit, getting to the end of my visual range. So I'm going to just spin this guy around and bring him back. And then bring him back up towards me. We'll fly him back up towards me. And just kind of bringing them up. Getting a little snow effect. I want to definitely, as winter comes on, I want to get that that Samsung's 360 camera. Really get that set up. You know, because the piece is, it takes a while to get all this stuff set up. I still, you know, I have everything pretty much arranged in a grab and go fashion, but you know, it's just getting all this stuff charged and emptying memory cards and all that kind of stuff. It really kind of takes a while. So, we're looking pretty good. I think I'm going to bring this bad boy back in and do a little bit of a landing with it. And we're just going to bring her around backwards, and we're just going to back her up over the target. And we just do manual landing. I'll just step back a little bit. And we're bringing her back in. And we're bringing her, let's bring her down. We'll have to jockey her over a little bit and bring her back a little bit more. I don't want to run it into myself. Should start complaining. Alright, now it's starting to complain because I'm getting close to it. Boy, I tell you what, this is really smooth. Really smooth. I'm just kind of playing around landing it. Seeing how smooth. And boom, I'm down. We're going to stop the video recording. We're going to save that out. So anyways, great flight, Mavic Pro 2 out in Lake Huron. First winter flight of the Mavic 2. Second flight of the Mavic 2. So anyways, hey, give this a thumbs up, hit the bell button over there, and we'll see you guys in the next video when we go fly something. Cheers.